Huge turnout as Hong Kong pro-democracy protesters offer last chance for leader Carrie Lam to meet demands. Hong Kong Free Press HKFP.
Here's a summary of the article.
Thousands have taken to the streets in a show of strength against the Hong Kong government, with march organisers calling on Chief Executive Carrie Lam to respond to protester demands. The CHRF said that it was a last chance for Lam to meet the 5 core demands, which include independent inquiry into the police's handling of the protests, an amnesty for those arrested, and universal suffrage. This march is also the biggest opportunity for Hong Kongers to express their determination for democracy, and against police violence, to the international community. After the district council elections and the passage of the Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act, the group wrote, "Police raise the black flag towards protesters gathering on the streets of Causeway Bay, threatening tear gas, although some of the officers do not appear to have put on their masks." A march in Tsim Sha Tsui last Sunday, which had also received police permission, was cut short only an hour after it began. "We are Hong Kongers, we love Hong Kong. This is our family, we have to fight for it," Rose, a black-clad protester chanting at the roadside, told HKFP. "If we cannot win this battle, it will be very disappointing, maybe we will move to other countries. I think Carrie Lam will punish us and all of us will have to pay for it in the future," she added when asked if protesters can win. Senior Superintendent Steve Lee claimed that the group planned to use firearms to create chaos during the protest march, including attacking police officers, or framing police officers for hurting passers-by.
This post received a score of 16,225, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
By last chance, what do they mean? I think realistically if she doesn't do it now, she's not going to. With the election and expanding protests, she has a reasonable out. There won't be another opportunity for her to save face while backing down.
She is just mainland lackey. She cannot decide by herself.
Humans have free will. She gets to choose which side will eviscerate her.
Greater than she gets to choose which side will eviscerate her. Trouble is, one of the two sides will probably actually eviscerate her if she makes the wrong choice.
Up finger dark skin tone. Might be a dumb question, but when do the protests actually happen? Are they constant 24/7, do they run at a certain time of day? I would assume people would take breaks and come back to eat, rest and whatnot.
These big marches start in the afternoon, people march for a few hours, then mostly everyone goes home. The more civil disobedience type can start at any time. This might start as early as 6 a.m. and will be happening in many places all over the city, organized in real time online based on police movements. Sometimes it can go on days on end with little break.
Cool, thanks for the info. And keep fighting for democracy.
We will not give up to fight for freedom and democracy until our goal 5 demands is achieved. Please stand with Hong Kong.
Watch the Chinese envoy sends in a negotiator and says we give you 3.
Like some kind of 3/5 compromise? Sorry, I'll leave.
Is that a racial thing with a black person being equal to 3/5 of a white person in the US? Or another reference?
Yes, that is what it's referencing.
This doesn't look like thousands to me. It looks like millions.
That's a lot of people.
Greater than the force said that it found a large cache of weapons, including a semi-automatic pistol and 105 rounds of ammunition during a raid. Large cache of 1 gun and 105 rounds. Squints in American. Sounds like the cops are trying to justify the use of deadly force to outside observers.
Even finding 1 gun in Hong Kong would be a big deal. But most people here do not believe the police anymore. They just think it was planted.
Don't blame them for thinking it was planted. I mean, haven't the citizens of Hong Kong tried to remain peaceful throughout all this?
Yes, 99% of protesters have always been extremely peaceful. My opinion is we just don't know. It is possible some genuine protesters got their hands on a gun and the cops raided and found it. It's also possible it's a plant. There's just no way to know such things.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.